We are a group potentially vulnerable to a kind of monastic order. And what saves us is the way in which Islam addresses Allah's singular authority, and how in his singular authority he blesses the pairs. He blesses and favors and has created the pairs. So the idea that one thing checks another to keep the balance comes from Allah. In science, there's what is called the fulcrum, which is the balance. So in the Western democracy, you have the legislative branch, the executive branch, the judicial branch of government, right? And that's seated right here in Washington, D.C. They call it, the House, they call it the bicameral House, right? They have the Senate and the House of Representatives, okay? And so what is being sought here is the balance. The balance, one checking the other. This is the pairs, the relationships between the people and their representatives. The judgment, the guidance, the understanding of right and wrong, the balance of justice. This is what democracy wants to address in the life of humans. And where does it come from? It comes from the form that Allah created and the environment in which he put the form, another pair. Allah says that he created the form and then he gave the form guidance. He says it in different ways. And I'm going to address that too. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى. He it is who created and then fasawwa, gave symmetry, balance. وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ فَهَدَى. And then he empowered that symmetrical entity, فَهَدَى, and gave it guidance. He empowered it and gave it guidance. He brought it to its destiny by the power of its own potential. The pairs, the balance. And so we're looking at the balance. Where does the balance come from? It comes from the Creator, the Lord Creator. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Highly glorified is He. Highly glorified is He. So we are people vulnerable to an imbalance. What is the proof of it? The proof of it is that we were dominated in the full light of human history, dominated by another people. And the world was convinced, because there were evidence that there was no aid coming, no assistance coming. The world was convinced that we deserved such treatment because no aid came. No aid came. Threats might have come, but the entity on the earth at the time that our people were enslaved, that had been charged with the responsibility to uphold justice and to fight all oppressors. This was the mandate on the Islamic community. No message coming, no language coming from the Muslim world about the condition of these people.